All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Thaumaturge. We captured a djinn, which is why we're back to see Rasputin in order to deal with my perception issues every time I capture a new Salator. And pardon the sound of my voice, I am recovering from a virus, or maybe it's bacteria. Not 100% certain. Anyway, but I'm here to bring you some entertainment, nevertheless. So, Sophia is dead, which is quite the revelation, and we also found out Konechkin is a Okrana agent, and there's a blood debt against my family that I was attacked by a golem. I do not know if the golem was sent to me by a Jewish person, because every person I mentioned it to always ended up by saying, from Jewish legend. So maybe the golem was sent to me on me or my family by one of my father's Jewish co-workers. I mean, right now it looks like Hyatt Mordecai is the culprit, or the most likely culprit, although I'm wondering if that's a red herring and it's just actually someone else sent it and he's just kind of there to mislead me. I'm also looking for the Black Grimoire, which was probably ended up in the hands of the circle of individuals that my father interacted with, who were also thaumaturges. I think they called it his coterie. So, it's nighttime. So I guess I can't go actually see Rasputin right now. So I'll have to come back during the day. I also spent a minute looking for some things for the tailor in order to maybe update and change my outfit once in a while, because I've been wearing the same thing since the very beginning of the game. So, let's just kind of do some side nonsense before I go to see the Rasputin. And I totally misinterpreted that earlier aspect where crap, this guy.
Fate has brought us together again, Viktor Shulsky.
Why do you bother, King of the Tempermancers?
I learned from my mistakes, and now the time has come for me to reclaim the throne and the title that I deserve. Come on, I dare you.
Dude, okay, you know what? Fine, yeah, I accept the challenge.
All right.
I'm gonna kick your ass
To me,
again.
visitors, to me.
You mean Salvators? Am I technically Salvatore? But I don't know how well this fight's gonna go. Alright, get him, Lelik. Wait, no, first I'm gonna mess with your mind, get you some suffering, and then give you some Lelik juice. Ow. Back him, Lelik. Ow. Who's this weirdo? No. Stop it. Yeah. Give me a punchini. No. Down he goes. No. Oh. Okay. Alright, give me a little sock in the tummy. Your gun doesn't seem to be very effective. Well, you're dead anyway, so not a problem. Pop! Pop you in the schnoz. And down you go. Alright, cool.
Never. There is no shame in losing to a better man.
Then why do you bother?
The way tells me to find you again soon.
I'm gonna try to avoid my bride. Do not come back.
Please leave me alone.
A Tempermancer can never give up, even if fate laughs in his face. This is the principle I live by. You cannot break my spirit that easily. Stay well, until fate makes our paths cross again, King of the Tempermancers.
Maybe I'll just avoid you. Alright, oh, I see shinies. Brochure, men's fashion store. Recommend the finest frock coats made according to the latest Paris designs. Ooh. looking for inspiration. Was this a story for the Daily Courier? A dark shadow has been cast on the Imperial Hotel, one of the most exquisite establishments of this kind and the pride of Warsaw. On the night of September 8th, a loud party was held there. Young people would revel long into the night, as other hotel guests confirm. The merrymaking was cut short by a tragic event. Early in the morning, one of the attendees, Ludwig Krajewski, fell off a balcony and was killed outright. The police was called immediately and declared it an unfortunate accident. The investigation was led by investigating Judge Alexander Voronin. The deceased was known to be friends with the judge's son, Pyotr, who was also present at the tragic party. There are justified concerns that the investigation might not have been impartial and that young Voronin might have enjoyed leniency on his father's part. In times like this, it's hard to argue with those who deplore the corruption of today's youth. That's not just a youthful thing. A lot of older people screw up too all the time. It's insane. It's not just a young people thing. Poem, note in a satirical magazine. Salutary torture. I paid a visit to Dr. Yainski at Poblyanska Street last night. How was it? First he gave me a pounding back massage, then he stretched out all my bones, and finally he set my vertebrae until they crunched. It hurt like hell at the time, but now I feel as good as new. Why do you need a doctor to do that? You've complained often enough that your wife gets angry and smacks you with a rolling pin. Yes, but Dr. Yarinski smacks me in silence. Spousal abuse is not funny. Complaint. Your treatment of our customers is abysmal. As it turns out, some have more rights than others, and a regular customer counts for nothing. Every afternoon, I come to inquire about the table by the window, and every day it is reserved for Mr. Przesmycki. Sorry if I said that horribly wrong. Przesmycki. This mediocre writer for whom you are making such an effort arrives late every day. I demand that the best table in the patisserie be made available to guests who behave as better befits a socialite. Yours sincerely, Carol Maysher. Oh, Carol. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm looking for more stuff. Wait, I'm going in there? Oh, it's the tailor. I thought this was the patisserie.
Mr. Shulsky, come in. What's new?
I guess they wouldn't be open this late. Give the tailor some new inspiration.
I've got some fresh ideas for you. I see what it is you're getting at, but the collection still seems to have some missing pieces. Please, keep looking. We need bold concepts, unusual combinations. I'm counting on you.
Why don't...
Meanwhile, I shall attend to my work. Please, excuse me.
Okay. Ooh, I get some new stuff.
I won't bother you. All right.
Can I change now? And wear something a little different? Ooh. Oh, I can change the color of my vest. Neat. Let's go some orange plaid. Oh, is this my undershirt or my sash? What are these? Oh, my pants. Oh, yeah. Stripes with plaid. Because I'm a rebel. Too bad I can't turn myself around. Oh, yeah. I'm going to wear an outfit that clashes. Anyway, let's wait until morning.
Let me rest. I can't stop thinking about Svetlana. Do you think she... Yeah, Yes, I suppose you're right.
Indubitably. Alright, we're gonna wait.
Let's wait until...
Morning.
So, let's kill some time.
Does his condition, like, looking like he has tuberculosis, does he actually, like, feel awful? Like, does he feel as bad as he looks? Oh. They're locked already. What do you want?
Hello?
I thought there'd be something to look at. Much ado about nothing.
Who are you? Last time, a different housekeeper came to greet me.
How about that? What? Don't you like us?
Admit that you do like them. Say you don't know yet. Let's be extra friendly unless I'm being sarcastic.
I do. It's a big change. A positive one.
There, see? He's not so bad. This is Maria.
And this is Magdalena. We've all been waiting for you.
What? What? Yeah, do you always go around in a pair?
Look at you two, joined at the hip. Are you ever apart?
Rarely. We complete one another, not just in conversation.
Stop it. I'm sure he's not here to talk to us.
Then what do you want?
I would like to go in.
Maria and Magdalena. Very interesting. Do you work for the Nandarzyńskis?
Grigori invited us here.
What?
He's waiting for you.
What? Okay, well then I guess we're gonna go in and talk
I've come to see
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Grigori.
We know.
Okay, so why did you... What? Weird. Alright.
It looks
Rasputin.
familiar, and yet different.
Oh wow. Am I like a show character? Alright, let's see what weirdness has happened now. Yes?
At last, the wait is over. Here he is. Sit down, Victor.
Did you know I was gonna be here? Yeah, what's going on?
What's going on? What sort of little shindig is this?
It's an expression of gratitude.
What? Say you appreciate his efforts. Mark that you don't know what to say. I appreciate...
You've
Yes,
gone
thank
to
you.
great lengths. Is this for me?
I appreciate my friends. Don't forget that. Now sit down. You'll soon see what I prepared.
Okay.
Support the weak. Be patient towards all men. The moment has finally come. Here too is my loyal friend, Victor Szulski. It's thanks to him that we are where we are. And we will be in the future, where we intend. My mind has long been flooded with bloody visions. In their scarlet color, the mists of the future are reflected. I see a great star falling to the blood-stained earth, and the force of its impact tears the roof from sacred temples, including the Orthodox Church of Saint Mary Magdalene, here in Praga.
I'm not familiar enough with which history event that is, or if that's just
The
bombing.
earth swallows up the Iberian Gate. Kazan Cathedral stands underwater, and Notre Dame de Paris is consumed by fire.
Yeah, no, that happened.
Our homeland will then be exhausted by an illness that has long eaten away at her. There's a feeble spark of hope for us. It still flickers, though it may soon go out.
No.
The
Yes.
heir to the throne, little Alexei Romanov, is ill.
You know what? Let's just keep listening.
But let's not be sad. This news is joyful, as a matter of fact. Because now we know where the source of the danger is, and I can help him. I will heal the heir, just as I healed Victor, though he was bereft of hope. Isn't that true, friend?
Yeah.
It's true. If not for Grigori, I wouldn't be among you anymore. I'd have lost my mind. But thanks to his miracles, I'm still here, and I can testify to that.
Sure. Oh, thanks for the golf clap.
I've helped you, just as you've helped us all. Thank you, friend.
Wait, how did I help all of you? Emphasize your services. Admit that it's unnecessary. That you'd be happy to help again in the future. Yeah, let's just
You can count
continue
on
to
me.
be helpful.
Admirable loyalty. Impressive.
You gave us a chance, and as God as my witness, I won't waste it. Healing the Tsarevich means healing something much greater. The future. A future where each of us will receive equality and respect, regardless of who we are. Free from the afflictions of the body and the soul, living in health and its resulting ecstasy. Finally, in a future in which we can do anything, but don't have to do anything, offering unhindered freedom.
I don't get that metaphor.
To the Thaumaturge's health.
Wait, what? What have I been doing? What's going on? I'm a little
I'd
lost.
rather not wake up to sights like that. My head's about to explode.
You didn't want Ligia to see you in such a state.
In that case, it could have been one of my best decisions.
Looking at the events of last night may be the only right one.
Wait, what happened
Time to
last
get
night?
up. Get yourself together, and we'll talk later.
Wait, no, I talked to you to deal with
Sleep
a
is a waste of
gin.
time.
What's this? The Kama Sutra. I know what that book is. Young minds, cover your eyes. Help me. I got a gin.
There you are. Finally.
What happened? Yeah, what happened last night?
What really happened? My memory is failing me.
For those that sleep in the night are asleep, and those that drink are drunken.
Unbelievable.
What?
Remember, no matter what happens, everything stays between us.
Rasputin, you're speaking in riddles. So what? Yeah.
This whole farce, the thank yous, what's it all for? What intentions do you have towards me?
Intentions that we become friends and help one another, and complement one another. I have skills that you don't, and vice versa. I'm not hiding anything from you, Victor.
Okay.
This place looked different. The Nadarinskis did too.
Everything is happening according to their will and with their blessing.
Okay. Yeah, who are those people?
All these people, you've gathered a colorful group.
We all come from different environments, from different rungs on the ladder. And that's the most beautiful thing about this. What have you found out about them?
Wait, that's not what the subtitle said. I haven't talked to any of these people yet. I'll have to talk to them
Enough
about that
about these
later.
people.
I'm at your service, Victor. Ask for what you want.
I need hypnotizing.
I need your help. Again.
And I won't turn you down again.
What? Oh, okay. I'm buried in the sand. I was confused.
Grigori,
That gin is elusively difficult.
Where
Got
did you
sand in my
find that
pants.
salutor? In the Sahara?
it's a gin.
A master of wishes in his own form. Quickly, Victor, before he buries us both. Focus on your wish.
He said he wanted to be the very best, the best there ever was.
Extraordinary. He doesn't threaten you anymore. Your wish is his command.
He doesn't look like Robin Williams. Okay, that was actually less eventfully weird than, like, say, Velis or the Vukovac. But now the gin is mine. A brouhaha. Alright, so now do I gotta, like, talk to everybody at this event thing that was here? Oh, what's this? Sofa! She was laughing out loud, trying to stop him from saying bawdy words, but he didn't stop, instead of only making her laugh more and more and more, until the long-awaited satisfaction came. What? Oh, what's this? Somebody's bag. It looks cheap. The modest possessions have the glow of hope around them, hope for a change of fate that seems predetermined. He said he would take care of her, that she was important to him. All she gave him in return was her heart. Oh, that's nice. Oh, there's somebody in the bathroom. Unpinned from a uniform in the act of pledging allegiance to Rasputin. The hand that did it trembled, but that lasted only a fraction of a second. In the end, loyalty to Rasputin proved paramount. Interesting. Okay. Am I learning about the people who were at the party versus, like, being at the party? I mean, I was there. I meant maybe. I was probably unconscious. So much drinking. One is put down, another one is raised, another one down, another raised, until all were empty. By no means was that a sign that the party was over. Party. Is this on the other side of the wall? Excuse me. An empty wine glass. Strange desire lingered on the imprint of the woman's lips. Something new, as if born recently, unexpectedly. The heart freed itself from the fetters of morality and brought previously unknown joy to the body. Rasputin caused this. Incredible. He's an incredible guy. Smoking the pipe was accompanied by a series of persistent thoughts centered around a dominant one. This is wrong. The immorality of the householder's behavior is unacceptable to the smoker. It shouldn't be like this. This is from Lucian Nadarinsky. Invitation to pray. Dear Countess, I trust I find you in good health. I wish to invite you to a unique prayer session that will be held at our humble apartment on the Provatska Street. The session will be presided over by our guest, an exceptional person who, through prayer, is able to reach the very core of the human soul. Seeing as you are a particularly spiritual person, I expect you would like to attend and experience piety from this entirely new perspective. My kindest regards, Aniela Nadarinska. There's more things to find. One after another, the ashtray reveals that the smoker seems a moment of solace in the ritual cigarette, but the solace does not come, so another cigarette is lit. Maybe this healer will actually help her. Maybe he will fulfill his promise, and her life will finally improve. Maria, eh? You know what? I find out more stuff about everyone? A colorful group of cultists. Rasputin has gathered a very colorful group of people around him who don't seem to have much in common at first glance. They come from different social strata, have different personalities, and yet They share some kind of trust in Rasputin, or at least in his promises. Is this the beginning of a cult? Lucian seems to be the only one with a different opinion. What's this? Salt on the doorstep. A hand trembling in fright scattered salt on the hopes of warding off a devilish spirit. Salt was supposed to be good. It was supposed to chase away all evil. Even in this form, only the devil could stink like that. But salt is good. It will do well against him, too. Maid. Is she not like Rasputin? Does he think he's the devil? She sincerely enjoyed the work. The Nazarinskis were good to her, but things couldn't continue like this. In the anger that permeates every little fiber of her apron, one can sense an echo of longing for good, trouble-free times, for the times when he wasn't here. Oh, Rasputin, what challenges and difficulties have you created for the maid? Each sweep of the broom brought words full of contempt to her lips. What kind of company is this? Mr. and Mrs. Nadarinsky have started associating with very strange people. To invite such guests is not proper. And this Shulsky fellow, such a decent name, and yet he's no better than the others. Hey now. I got nothing to defend myself. I'm pretty weird. Everything indicates that the Nadarinskys' dutiful maid couldn't stand the presence of Rasputin or the guests he brought under the once respected roof, so she left their employ. She saw him as the devil and worked for a way to ward off the evil spirit, but was apparently unsuccessful because maybe he's not the devil. Alright, let's talk to Rasputin about all the people I just met.
Do you have a moment?
For you, always.
Thank you.
This place looked different. The Nadarinskis did too.
Everything is happening according to their will and with their blessing.
People from the party. Oh, wait.
Not
first.
all of them are as favorable to you as your hosts. The housekeeper quit.
Well, Jesus had opponents too.
You think you're Jesus.
And look how it worked out for him. You're aiming high.
That is true.
The highest. Anything else you want to share?
You've acquired the knowledge or context required to give a response. It reminds you of a cult.
People believe in you. Yesterday, I felt as though I was part of some kind of cult.
People are everything, Victor. And we are almost like a family. Better, because we're joined by choice, not by blood. We're harbingers of the change that will soon take place. I'm only a guide lighting our way. If there's something still on your mind, speak up.
Alright, let's ask about the people from the party.
All these people, you've gathered a colorful group.
We all come from different environments, from different rungs on the ladder. And that's the most beautiful thing about this. What have you found out about them?
Things and stuff. Lazarev? I don't know who that is.
How did you manage to convince a Tsarist officer to come to you?
He came of his own accord, like all of you.
Wasn't
Lazarev
invited?
has great potential. He's exceptionally eager. He senses that his country is sick, and he'd like to solve the problem. Is there more you need to know?
Let's talk about Maria.
Maria is calculated. She stays close because in you she sees a chance for a better life.
And what's wrong with that? I respect that. I don't demand that you all gaze upon me like a sacred icon. But loyalty?
True.
There are all sorts of ways a person can win that for themselves. Anything else?
Sure.
Magdalena still hasn't rid herself of her youthful naivete. I think she's honestly fallen in love with you.
Are you surprised she has? Many a love has had such a beginning. She's a good girl. Let's not hold that against her.
Let's talk about the
Daniela is
Nazarinskis.
unknowable, and Lucian is unhappy about the changes taking place in her.
Aniela has completely given up her lust for my sake. She'd rather just pray and pray. I respect that greatly, but I must share my time with others. Do you think that Lucian is jealous about the time his wife devotes to me?
Maybe.
It's possible.
Don't worry about it. Keep talking and asking.
But that's all I have to ask about.
Enough about these people.
I'm at your service, Victor. Ask for what you want.
I'll leave you alone. I've
Yeah,
got business.
I'll
to
be
get
back when I
to.
catch another
Go
Salvatore.
in health, friend.
I wonder how the fifth one will add into my group. Excuse me. I don't know why I went out that way. Alright, let's go talk to Mordecai Hayat. Alright, I have to do the Legia's quest before I do Mordecai because it will expire. And I made promises. But first I have to get donuts.
It smells so nice in here. Is that vanilla?
Vanilla, raisins, butter, sugar, and some more butter. You're in heaven. Can I
What about
help
chocolate?
you?
Find out if she remembers you.
Mrs. Jagoda, it's me, Victor.
I can't believe my eyes. Little Victor. Oh my, how you've grown and how handsome you've become.
Thank you.
Where is that little cherub who would stand in front of the display, staring at pastries?
I got old, I guess. Confess it was about her, not the pastries. Say that you still love pastries.
Mrs. Jagoda, as a grown man, I can confess that it was never the sweets. It was about you.
You devil! But to be honest, I have a daughter, so if you ever...
She's talking, but her mouth's not moving.
Excuse me? I'm waiting for my order here.
No
And you
reason
will
to be
continue to
angry,
wait.
darling. Just wait a moment. My daughter is taking the fruitcake out of the oven now. It will be hot.
With raisins and orange peel? I'll wait then.
That was
Sure
weird.
you're not a thaumaturge?
Let that be my sweet secret.
Is there a sweet Salvatore? Alright, get my donuts.
I'd like to collect Ligia Shurska's order.
Of course. Give her my best. And don't hesitate to stop by for a little snack from time to time. Have a nice day.
Okie dokie.
I take the donuts and don't ask awkward questions. Have a nice day.
Wait, what? That's not an awkward question, is it? Okay. Alright, to the thingy that my sister is doing. That I said I would show up for. Sorry, I'll talk to you later, person. Silk Pocket Square. Pocket Square flew onto the pavement, tossed an egger. It was still permeated by the smell of Indian flowers and profound disappointment. This was not how the trip was supposed to go. He was supposed to return with a fortune. The promised success turned out to be a delusion. Oh. Alright.
Mr. Shulsky, I presume.
Yes.
What gave me away?
Your resemblance to Ligia. And the book at your waist. That's an interesting way of sewing up the binding. Let me take your coat. The lecture has already started. Follow the corridor.
It's a lecture. Why did I forget what that was called? Alright. Hold on, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here for me to look at. Thurgism in architecture. The style that one might have observed in architecture for over a decade, which emerged as a breakaway trend in Art Nouveau, has now matured and deserves a comment and assessment. One can easily notice it diverges from the path carved by Art Nouveau. The lightness and finesse interwoven in elaborate portals are replaced by massive pediment ornaments, arch crowns, changing the spectator like an unspoken threat, a symbol of inevitable fate. The harmonious soaring lines, coiling like sprigs, away to crisscross jagged shapes, creating a sense of chaos. Add to that the ghastly mascarons, and you get the full picture of the art that should go back where it draws its inspiration from, the Dark Ages. Okay.
The professor has already made a judgment.
This is helpful, or it's a guidebook. It might come as a surprise that between Selna Street and Davna Street, on the one hand, and Bugaz Street on the other, where now you can find a quaint little bench, there used to be an infamous waste dump, where an unpleasant odor wafted in the air. Now you could smell wildflowers, and where all you could see were piles of waste, now an enchanting view of Warsaw unfolds.
A change for the better? Surprising in this town.
Hope so. The lecture's in the other room. But hold on, I'm in your house, I guess. Antienferno Gabriela Zapolska. Listen, don't let them teach you to play the piano. It will kill you. She broke off and wiped a tear. You know, I have no idea what they want from me, as if someone has put wax in my ears, and my fingers feel like they are made of wood. She wrung her fingers and tapped her ears with comical despair. And when they make you play the chromatic scale, it's over. You're dead. You're a dead duck. First, third, first, second, and so on. To hell with them. He pulled her ears, sobbing convulsively. What kind of life is that? When they put me at that piano, I feel like someone has ripped the stomach out of my belly. It's all churning inside me. Then I get nauseous and turn on the waterworks. She sniffled, and lifting her dress furtively, she wiped her eyes and nose in her skirt. You, Staska, put your foot down and don't let them take you to the piano.
Boarding schools for girls truly are a devilish invention.
Well, that sounds terrible. All right, to the lecture.
Inequality between the sexes is a real problem that keeps society in economic stagnation. No wonder if half of population cannot take up a job or are not adequately remunerated for their work. We want to study, work, make our own choices. We want all of our lives.
Lygia, I'd love to see you on the faculty. You must agree.
There you are. Samuel, Cecilia, I'd like you to meet my brother. Mr. Szulski? The Victor Szulski? The Thaumaturge?
Well, hold on. I don't want to, overplay or show my sister. I'm here to support.
Yes, madam. It is I.
Oh, I need to talk to you about Thaumaturge. Lygia has told me a lot about you. I've been interested in it ever since I was a child, although, sadly, I was not blessed with power.
Sadly is not a word I would use.
Mr. Szulski, welcome to the Flying University.
Do you fly? Do you teach flying? I am trying to avoid the pride aspect because I was warned by the lady at the soiree, whose name I keep forgetting. Let's find out more about the university.
The university is an interesting venture. Where did you get the idea?
Out of necessity. The occupiers control all the academies. They don't allow women to study and don't care about the level of education. And the future Poland will need an intellectual elite.
Yeah, the educated can be helpful sometimes. Ask about the name.
Where does the university's name come from?
For obvious reasons, we don't have a permanent residence. Our academy is constantly flying between the apartments of people willing to host us.
Some also mockingly say we are a childlike and girlish university, as the university was created with women in mind.
But the mockery will soon end because our graduates have already started scientific careers abroad.
Well, I mean, yeah, but some cultures are definitely stagnated in their development.
Are there any known names among the graduates?
Mrs. Skłodowska-Curie, for instance.
As in, like, Madame Curie?
Our Nobel Prize winner.
Neat.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
Talk about Lygia's lecture. Yeah,
Congratulations, Professor. You did great.
I did. And what did you like the most?
sure. Oh, when you said stuff about things. Get away with flattery. Start making things up. Admit I was late.
I only got there at the end, but what I heard sounded competent. You know that science is your domain, not mine. Still, it doesn't change the fact I'm very proud of you.
Yeah. Okay, you know, let's just do a little bit of pride.
I'm afraid to ask what my sister has told you.
Nothing but the truth, albeit not all. We are a civilized people, after all.
I'm interested in stories about thaumaturgy. I find it fascinating.
Say you're a practitioner, change the subject.
I must admit, my knowledge was mainly forged in the heat of practice.
That's incredible.
The practical approach is always valued. You must have learned a lot during your travels.
I definitely learned stuff.
I'm afraid you overestimate me.
Please, do tell us about your travels.
Sure, let's talk about it.
I used to live with the whirling dervishes in Damascus for some time. The dams keep saluters away. I've also met an Inuit sage who claimed he could talk to them.
How? How is that possible?
Cecilia, let's give Mr. Shulsky some space.
Yeah. Okay, let's change the subject.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course.
I guess that's everything, actually. How about let's talk about saying goodbye?
I'll take a look around the room.
Mr. Shulsky, we must talk. It's important. Please find me later.
Sure thing, Cecilia.
Oh, I think you'll find that the catering tables aren't the only place you'll find something sweet.
Give me a break.
Only if you brought some donuts.
I did. I know one should not stand between you and sugar.
You're speaking words of wisdom, brother.
Then I will leave you as well. Mr. Shulsky, please meet our students.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll make this a little bit of a discussion. Well, I already talked to my sister. She's not a student. She's a... what's the word? Professor Lygia.
I also write term papers for the principal school students. Would you like some work? Excuse me, and you are...
Viktor Shulsky.
You are Lygia's brother?
It's great that you came to your sister's lecture.
Not all of us have that kind of support.
Lygia doesn't need support.
I think my presence here is of no importance. Liga has always been the smartest in the family.
You are completely different from my brother. He thinks an educated woman is a disgrace to her family. If he knew I studied, he'd beat me until I was bleeding.
We all take some risk.
He's just afraid
Well,
that you'll be smarter
maybe
than
everyone
him.
except Polina.
What do you mean?
She's Russian, and I'm sure she'll bring the police down on us. I don't know why Dickstein trusts her.
Don't waste your breath. Better have an eclair.
Not all Russians are bad. Is there anyone... Oh, there's more people to talk to. Let's talk to people out here first.
I was instructed to become acquainted with your lot. Viktor Shulsky, nice to meet you.
I don't
I was
know
told
if
to talk
talking
to
to
you.
me is the best choice.
Oh.
Polina Nikolaevna Gavrilov.
Okay.
Why did you decide to go to the university?
I don't want to waste my intellect on throwing parties and picking the perfect hat.
And what do you want?
To study law at the Sorbonne. You think it's funny?
No, it's just that my mother wanted me to study law in Paris. But I prefer to travel.
My mother keeps trying to talk me into traveling. Apparently, that's the way to find a husband.
Oh, I meant you should travel, but studying is also important. Traveling gives you a better worldview and understanding, and it introduces you to new and exciting ideas.
Seems you're not very popular among your
Sometimes
colleagues.
good, sometimes bad.
What did I tell you? That I cast spells to make their pants leak and their ties run?
Why don't they like you?
Because I'm Russian, and every Ruski is an enemy, right?
The political situation. Say yes. The political situation is what it is. So your mother is Russian.
My mother is Russian, so my perspective is different.
I understand the political situation. I was born in Warsaw. I love this city.
Oh, it's crazy how
I'll
where
be
you're
off now.
born or where your ancestors from will dictate a people's view about you.
Can I help you?
Yeah, what do you think about
Tell me
Ligia?
about Ligia's studies.
Your sister has an extraordinary mind. She's one of our most gifted graduates, and I hope she will join our teaching staff after this lecture. Her arguments are bold and accurate, untainted by social restraints. Oh, and her charisma.
Indeed, you are impressed.
Is there anything else you want to ask?
Maybe. I guess not.
Thank you. Goodbye.
You offered my sister a job. Do you believe in her? Nope. Alright, let's talk to Cecilia, because she really wants to. Although, you know what's... Pretend you said something funny. Let's talk to Ligia first.
What is it? Do you need help?
Dickstein.
So you're on first-name terms with Samuel, huh? How did that happen?
Everyone's on
Samula
first-name terms
instead of
with everyone
Samuel.
else here.
Somehow, I haven't noticed him giving any other student that much attention.
Watch it. You're going to get it.
How did you happen to start studying?
I was helping Dad with business and I was doing fine. So he encouraged me to apply.
It's the least he could do for you.
I guess he knew about it.
I'll be off now.
His dad knew about Dickstein.
You wanted to talk to me?
I've got a whole bunch of questions, and I really hope you can answer them.
Check your enthusiasm, please. You and your dress take all of our oxygen.
Lucrezia, only feeble men are afraid to be inquisitive, and the Thaumaturge cannot be feeble. The power you possess meddles with the very fabric of reality and the most subtle aspect of human psyche. It is...
Overrated at the best and made up at worst.
Geralt. Nah, I'm gonna try to be humble about this situation.
I share your admiration for Thaumaturge.
Too bad people are too ignorant to appreciate it. Hopefully, that will change.
The bookseller went mad. Help!
What?
Is that your doing?
Now you believe in Thaumaturge?
Mr. Shulsky, please don't mind her. Let's go, they might need you.
Am I gonna be in a fight?
This is tragic. I need to yell about it. Thieves!
This is tragic. I need to yell about it. Alright.
This
what's
is an
going on?
outrage.
Calm down. We can sort it out.
You can't tell me what to do.
What? Alright, what do you
This
want,
is-
bookseller?
Do not tell me what to do. It is definitely the time to be nervous.
I'm just saying we can look together. It might be a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? It's a theft. You! I bet you did it.
Wait, I just got here. What? Yeah, what is it?
What happened?
The first edition of A Nation Tale is gone. My beloved game exposed to sunshine. Master, greasy fingers!
Oh, what a horrible tragedy.
You can't treat me like that. Nobody leaves this place. Either I get my book back or I'm calling the police.
What do you mean? I can't stay here any longer.
Antoni, do not threaten my students.
They are not students. They're animals.
Oh my god, dude.
Mr. Shulsky can find your book.
What? Where? Why?
How can you be so sure, Miss Cecilia?
You are a thaumaturge. You can identify the culprit from the traces of strong emotions.
Are you?
That's not exactly how it works, but still, your knowledge is impressive. Yes, I can do that.
I mean, I'll see what I can do.
And then can you bring eternal misery upon the thief?
No.
No, but I can find what you've lost, and I guess that's what you want.
Let's call it the minimum plan.
That's enough, Antoni. Mr. Shulsky, we'd all be obliged.
I still have to talk about a golem with a blood debt. What's this? Gotta find a stolen book. Pieces of china tremble like a heart gripped by fear. You can hear the quiet trepidation about the torn pages, the stained cover, and the cracked spine of the small miracle that Parvinas simply call a book, a miracle that has been stolen and may never be recovered, ever. Empty display case. The thief's feelings are reflected in the clear glass of the display case, like the carelessness of a clown and the excitement of a rope dancer before his first step into the void. Feelings sparkle with lightheartedness and a conscience as clean as freshly laundered linens. After all, everything is just an innocent prank. Oh, well, this prank is keeping everyone here.
Yes.
Can you talk to me about the stolen book?
Who do you think is behind stealing that book?
I can't believe that it might be one of us. After all, we all love books.
Well, you were all.
That sounds like the perfect
happened.
motive.
Indeed. If I were to steal, I would rob antiquarian bookshops. But it wasn't me.
How can you be so sure? Just by saying so?
I'll be off now.
I didn't see a thread in her head, so probably not her.
Can I help you?
I don't know.
Do you have any suspicions regarding the stolen volume?
I don't believe any of the students could do it. It must be a misunderstanding. I hope you manage to get to the bottom of it.
I'll admit, my little
Thank you.
investigation
Goodbye.
did determine that they thought it was, quote, a prank. I thought maybe something would be in here. Ligia, did you steal the book? Hold on, go to the bathroom real quick. The lockpick is in good condition. The lockpick is covered with blots of feverish thoughts, sloppy as a child's handwriting. There was no time. Someone could see. Point the finger, catch him in the act, catch the thief. The flower pot was close and seemed a reasonable solution. Almost. Except I'm a thaumaturge.
What's
I know
up,
things.
Sherlock? Mystery solved?
You're as happy as a child on Christmas Day.
I like to watch you do something with passion.
I'm just looking at stuff.
Who do you think could have taken the book?
I have no idea. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
You're
Well-
way too enthusiastic. How many sweets have you had?
Don't even ask.
Oh. That's... What?
I'll be off now.
Unexpected? Oh, there's so many uneaten. I should have some. Alright, okay. I guess I should still talk. I should talk to Cecilia. What? Oh. Studentka.
You don't understand. I want to leave.
And I want my volume to be in my display case. Maybe you're the one who has it.
I'm not a thief, and I don't have to explain myself.
Ask what the hurry is.
Why do you want to leave right now?
I told my parents I was going to church. If I'm not back on time, they'll start to look for me. And I'll be in trouble. Please help me.
You can help by searching this young lady.
I know subtler ways. Could you give me a personal item, please?
I mean, she's very forthcoming with this help.
No, she's not the one who stole the book. The trace doesn't match.
Well, then who took it?
How do you know?
The student didn't steal the volume. The trace on her powder box is velvety and tastes of iron, as if an unbreakable character was hidden beneath the delicate beauty, completely incompatible with the one imprinted on the lockpick.
There's no trace of the thief on this item. That lady did not steal the book.
I see. I can't open the door, but I can help you with your parents. I know what it's like when your loved ones don't understand your passion for books.
I see. Thank you for your help.
They don't want them to, like, educate and
Szulski,
learn things. Why teach them
there
how
are
to read?
guest coats in the wardrobe. I will let you in there if it helps you to catch that degenerate.
That might be helpful.
Actually, yeah.
Then follow me, please.
I know whose coats are whose. I'm in front of you. Sorry, I'll follow you. As you walk slower than I do. Ugh. Okay. Let's check this one. A woman's coat. The fibers of the coat spin and weave into an intricate embroidery of sorrow and bitterness. The accusation of an affair weighs down the fabric and creates deep wrinkles on its surface. The explanation disappears like a soap bubble. She cannot confess. The university must remain a secret. It's dowdy and worn. The coat's pocket is full of worries, pushed away out of thought's reach. They're gray and dull, like the lockpick found in the flower pot. They whisper of the punishment that will befall the son for taking his father's locksmithing tools, about the consequences of a prank that will turn into trouble. An elegant coat boasts above others like a flower among the weeds. It radiates red pride, spreads the scent of splendor, and tempts with the taste of sweetness. Only a small thread at the collar trembles with uncertainty. Will the effort be noticed by the one for whom it was made? Alright, I found the thief's coat.
And? Have you found anything?
It was a man.
Maybe, although I still need some information.
Well, what are you waiting for? Fire away!
Whose coat is that? Ask about the large heavy coat.
The large coat belongs to Miss Lucrezia, I presume. The one with the satin lining?
Yeah, no doubt. But I don't know why you're wasting your time on these.
I found a men's coat in the wardrobe. One with embroidered initials and wooden buttons. Do you remember who it belongs to?
With a worn-out collar and elbow patches? That's Valdemar's coat.
You have good memory.
Which
And
you
now
are
you have your
using
thief.
in a ridiculous way. Why don't you look for the degenerate?
But I know
Thank
who
you.
it was.
That was very helpful.
I will wait for the results then.
Okay. Alright, where's Ludwig Valdemar? The antiquarian is convinced that the worn coat belongs to Valdemar. It's time to expose the thief. It was Valdemar who stole the volume. He had no trouble opening the display case, being the son of a locksmith. He knows his way around locks. However, it seems that his intentions weren't entirely bad. He thought the theft would be an innocent prank, but it ended up causing quite a commotion. Alright, where are you, Valdemar? Valdemar Dipsky.
A grey coat with embroidered initials and wooden buttons. It belongs to you, doesn't it?
Why do you ask?
Wait, you're
I
the guy
think it
that came
belongs
running
to
in.
the thief.
What? No, I don't wear a coat.
It's September.
I like the cold. And that is not a crime. Leave me alone.
What? Valdemar claims he is not the thief, however, the evidence leaves no doubt. I'm sure that if I play it right, Valdemar's thoughts will reveal all his sins. Oh, okay. Let's go into the bedroom now. Why was he in the bedroom? Oh? Why am I examining the bed?
Here, I found your book. And what's this?
Is there a salutor attached to it?
I hope you will find my little plot amusing. The city must recognize the power of Thaumaturge. Enjoy your show. You have earned it. Cecilia. I should return the volume. The bookseller will finally calm down. And then I will have a talk with the author of this letter.
Cecilia, you devil, you. A carefully calligraphed letter addressed to me. A thought wanders across the note, playful as a young woman on a summer's eve. She considers all the scenarios, makes plans, and selects tools, all to make the right impression on him. Draw conclusion. I found the volume. A letter fell out from it, written by Cecilia. The intrigue was planned, and I don't like to be a tool of other people's games. I should talk to her. Oh, that lady in yellow is gonna have a day. Oh yeah, she's at the entrance. Cecilia, we need to talk. But first, the bookseller.
Here is your volume.
You came back to me, safe and sound. Praise the Lord.
Wait, is she a lockpick?
It was all just a mistake.
No, it was planned.
That was obvious. How did you find the book?
Explain how you found the book. I bet I could do the gold.
The plot might not be too original, but it was certainly planned.
You might be missing the big picture.
Here.
The one responsible for stealing the book is Valdemar. He used his father's lockpicks and hid the book under the bed.
Valdemar? How could you?
What a disappointment.
The boy stole the book at Cecilia's request. She talked him into it.
It's impossible. Valdemar?
It's true, Mr. President. Cecilia said it would be a joke.
Do you understand what kind of situation this puts me in? How this affects our reputation?
I'm sorry, but it was necessary. I had my reasons.
I think your definition of necessary and my definition of necessary are not going to be the same thing. Why did... I know why she did it.
How do you intend to punish them?
I should expel you from the university, but...
You can't do that. It was necessary. Nobody treats Thaumaturge like a real science. I had to show its potential. Show what you're capable of.
That's enough! That is no excuse. I will talk to you in a minute. Leave us alone.
You know,
not the brightest crayon in the box.
I'm sorry you were used like that.
I accept the apology.
Thank you. Honestly, I don't like being led by the nose.
I understand. Cecilia's methods are disgraceful, but she does have a point. A lecture by a Thaumaturge would enrich our academy. Please, consider it an offer.
I will think about it.
I certainly shall. Alright, I should probably talk to my sister now. Yeah, but first, let's go talk to... I guess my sister's not there anymore. She probably left all this nonsensory going on. Let's go talk to Mordechai. Alright, I made it back to the laundry. And I'm going to talk to Mordechai, if he's even here.
You're talking nonsense!
By Abraham's beard, that's the way it was. Did you hear about Praga? I'm at the harbor getting fish, and half the wharf is in splinters. They said there's even bodies.
More bodies than they usually fish out of the Vistula, practically every day. They were only just writing about Povishle.
But listen to this. They're saying it's some giant did it all.
You sure?
Maybe I can help. Recently, I've taken an interest in one of those.
Leave us alone.
Hey, Mordecai.
Did you wander in here by mistake?
Nope, looking for you.
I hope those guys outside are your relatives. Otherwise, you're paying too much for your protection.
Oh yeah, beat them up
Are you
earlier.
scared of something?
I'm not easily frightened. I have the time spent working with your father to thank for that. You got some dirty laundry that needs cleaning, Mr. Shulsky.
No. We're talking about my father.
Let's have a word about your conflict with my father.
There was no such thing. I have warm feelings for the store, and his father as well.
Mm-hmm. You're talking to a thaumaturgist. You know that's...
Why did you quit working for my father?
It was a mutual decision.
I know that you and my father parted ways in bad terms. What happened?
We both had difficult personalities, but I still remember him fondly.
Mm-hmm.
You're not telling me everything.
I don't have to explain myself to you, Mr. Shulsky.
I'm leaving now, but I can tell this won't be the last time we meet.
I'm gonna look around your
Farewell.
laundry. See what I can find. I see some things to talk about. An old coin. The coin is soaked through with irritation, brought on by a failed attempt at reconciliation. How long can you keep explaining things to someone who refuses to listen? Once you've been found guilty, there's nothing that will change that. No fact or plea. Anger is all that remains. So, was Mordecai found guilty or was my father? Father Mordecai on the store's opening day. The photograph is covered with a thick layer of regret and disappointment. Mordecai really believed in all of it. In friendship, in good intentions, and in the fact that Stanislaus Shulsky was a good person. Unfortunately, he was wrong. All that was left of the friendship was bitterness. Yeah, I know my dad's an asshole. I'm gonna go look upstairs. I can't look upstairs. Maybe I can talk to him some more?
Is there something else you need?
Did I find out something else? I did. Talk about conflict. How my father died.
You were curious how my father died. Beneath the ruins of a building in Śródmieście.
That's awful. How did it happen?
I'm glad you're asking. A remarkable death, isn't it?
Yes.
I was interested in this giant you mentioned to the fishmonger.
I can't help you. Rabbis are the ones who deal with golems.
I didn't say anything about a golem.
I'm afraid I can't help you. And now, if you'd like...
Oh, what's got you on edge?
Let's talk about your relationship with my father. A tense relationship.
Mr. Shulsky, I'll say it one more time. Stanisław and I didn't quarrel.
Why do you lie to a thaumaturge?
Liar. Your anger still lingers around the photograph of my father. You're going to find it hard to hide anything from me.
I'm not in the habit of speaking ill of the dead, Mr. Shulsky. Especially to their family.
I hated my
Old
dad.
grudges drove us apart. Not all stains are easy to remove. Especially ones on a person's honor.
And might they give you a reason to seek revenge? A motive?
I can't summon golems if that's what you're getting at.
But you know there is such a possibility.
Is that all? I need to get back to work.
Something still eludes me. I'll have to go to my
I'm
father's study.
leaving now, but I can tell this won't be the last time we meet.
Farewell.
For sure, I have things I need to learn first. So I'll go to my father's study. I haven't had a chance to use my djinn. The last time, everyone wanted to fight me everywhere I went. And now, nobody wants to fight me. Dad. Oh, wow. This stuff is more stuff to find. Hey, Grinska. Old letter. Beneath the neat letters pulses a deeply hidden thaumaturgic message. Are you looking for a Kabbalist outside of Warsaw? Don't bother. One of the best is closer than you think. Isaac Sofer of the Noziek Synagogue. Ooh, it's he. Can only rabbis summon golems then? A list of father's properties. There are a lot of them, but most of them are well known. Addresses in and outside the city, except for one. Indubitably. I must go up the stairs. But first, what's in here? The cylindrical medallion. The words engraved on the amulet exude regret, and the message enchanted in the locket whispers a warning. The echo of Golem's curse smells of dark Kabbalah and remorse. I feel something else, a trace. I recognize it. It was in the ruins of the tenement house under which my father died. So I know this is from Isaac something or other. That's weird.
I have to find their meeting place.
An ordinary wooden box. The box is seemingly empty, yet at the bottom rests a clear and precise thought that wasn't left there by accident. It was laid out carefully by the skilled mind of a thaumaturge. The message is short. Let us meet. That was short. Family secrets, a suspicious address, and a message that only another thaumaturge could read. It smells of mystery and conspiracy. This is exactly what Konechkin and Svetlana were talking about. I should check it out. Ooh. But first, more stuff to find. He slams the book on the desk and violently turns its pages, tearing the paper between trembling fingers. He's vexed. He pauses to think about the curse of Abraham that was placed upon him. There must be a solution. There must be. Ooh, the curse of Abraham. Is that the curse of the golem? Golem's Genesis. Rabbi Sofer from Noziek Synagogue cast the golem curse on father. Interesting, especially given the fact that the two were seemingly friends. On the other hand, destroying important relationships was father's favorite pastime, so it doesn't surprise me. If I wasn't to get rid of golem, I should go to Mirov. Okay. So I'm heading out. Productive and helpful. That's sisters. I've read that before already. Why are these things asking for my attention again? No, yeah, Grozinski or Nadia, no. Grumechka. I forgot my maid's name. My handmaid, what's her name? What does she do? I might need to sleep till the morning if it's nighttime. It's always nighttime everywhere I go. I want to catch another. Oh. Something outside to look at. Newspaper article, then and now. Know that for a poet there is but one way, in the heart to seek inspiration and pursue God. In this spirit, Master Mickiewicz spoke a lot, defining the poet's aspirations and goals. Today, times have changed. Some chatter, inspiration fueled by beer, pursuit of a good dinner, and some cheer. This poem can readily be used to describe the famous writer Zenon Permitsky. Recently, almost every day you can meet him in some cafe or restaurant. Luckily, the pursuit of satiating his appetite does not seem to completely obscure his desire to discuss art. It is enough to merely start him on the subject to be drawn into a conversation that lasts for hours.
Well.
Article in Spikes magazine. A satirical magazine opened on the page with the pamphlet about a well-known writer. According to the authors, Zenon Przesmycki has recently been known to frequent cafes and restaurants. If encouraged, he is prone to engage in lengthy discussions. Every day in the afternoon, Zenon Stolsky can be found at the La Plume Cafe at 5 Pleblanska Street. He is enough to strike up a conversation with him to be drawn into a riveting discussion about art. Cool. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, I couldn't look at this earlier.
Nothing can be kept secret from me.
The petals on the mallows tremble in the wind, just like her lips trembled during the first kiss that hot summer. Violet rippled with sunshine, and her heart filled with sweetness. The memory of that moment awakens every time she colors the canvas with violet. What? A dream within a dream, longing for dreams, daydreaming, wishing for what is out of reach. A foulard dyed with synthetic malvine will enliven the silhouette, black wool pants will add class, and a diamond patterned vest will provide some contrast. A new era is coming. A man no longer needs to dress modestly. Okay. Finding a way to break. I should go to the synagogue anyway. Alright, let's talk to the rabbi who hated my father. Who did and didn't hate my father?
Hello.
You said a month, 2 at most. I believed you. Then came the very first rain, and it was pouring in again. You fixed it, then the next rain. Soaked. I can't sleep because I have to keep emptying buckets. It's leaking just as badly as it was before. But the eyes of God are in every place, and they're watching.
Rabbi, when I said 2 months, you said there was one hole in the ceiling, but the whole building is in shambles here.
I can do it.
Quiet! You can seal up your daddy's barn with straw. The roof is gonna get holes because the foundations are crumbling.
So, let's go down to the basement.
Oh no, definitely not there.
Wait, why? Yeah, I'm gonna let them finish talking. What?
Why do you afflict me so? I know why, because you know I shall bear it. Well, sir, are you just here to listen, or have you got something to say?
Am I speaking to Rabbi Sofer?
You see, all I gotta do is mention these cellars and his name comes up.
Why?
Would Hashem let a synagogue be haunted?
Hey now, quiet.
Oh?
You're too late, I'm afraid. My name is Feldman. Rabbi Sofer departed this world almost a year ago.
Oh.
Forgive me, I have worldly matters to attend to.
Yeah, I don't
I understand, Rabbi. And if someone were to help you with these workers?
In the words of the market woman trying to tempt a Jewish man into idolatry, what harm would it do?
I understand.
What? What? Do I have to look around now? Alright, let's look around the synagogue. The mirror of the water reflects a thought, pure and strong like a hailstone. The house of God cannot resemble a ruin. It's not right. Something must be done about it while there's still time. Your place is ripe with thoughts and ideas. The crack runs from the ground all the way to the roof of the synagogue, from which water steadily drips. The crack in the wall hides the fear of righteous divine punishment exacted upon those who truly deserve it. After all, things would be different if such was God's will. Someone had to have committed many sins to cause the synagogue to be in this current state. Oh? It's worn out. The ladder was placed with vigor and the deep conviction that work on restoring the house of God is an honor and a good deed that will surely be noticed by the Almighty and heavenly hosts. Such work is a treasure. That from all that little bit of info, I have a conclusion. The workers are pious, but their faith has led them to different conclusions. The younger one wants to renovate the temple for God's glory as fast as possible. The older one fears that restoring that which God's will has destroyed is a sin. I should make sure that the prevailing interpretation is the one that aligns with my goals. Oh. What? Oh, you really need to move it. Strengthen the younger one's resistance so he puts his foot down.
Back up. God helps those who help themselves.
But maybe you're right, Rabbi. Maybe Hashem is afflicting us, setting a test for us.
You heard the guy talking about Sofer. The old man cursed this place, especially these cellars.
So I'll go on my own and show that Hashem protects me against curses in Hashem's domain.
On your own. You can seal up your daddy's barn, right? Fine, let's go.
You've gotten the better of me again, Hashem. Your tests still surprise me, but if this is your will...
Why is he looking at me?
Hashem has sent you to me. Who are you?
I am the son of Stanislaw Szulski.
I'm the son of Stanisław Szulski, and I really need help.
Let's go into my office. Let's show Hashem we accept the challenge.
Yeah, talk about... Oh, they disappeared. Okay. Does he not go? Oh, I gotta go in instead. Oh. How... Oh, wow, he's already in here. Alright, let's talk.
Please, tell me what problem brought you here.
I have a golem trying to kill me.
Maybe, Rabbi, you could tell me something about golems.
Thaumaturge, golems belong to Kabbalah, and you're forbidden from knowing anything about them. It's a trap for a soul. There are tales of golems being summoned for revenge, or in good faith, for protection. But they all end rather badly.
Yeah.
Rabbi Sofer put a curse on my father. Unfortunately, it started affecting his children as well.
A curse is a serious accusation, you know. I find it hard to believe Sofer would do such a thing. Do you think this has something to do with a golem?
I don't know. Did the old rabbi perhaps leave some things here? May I take a look at them?
Yes, here you are. All his books are here. I don't think I threw anything out. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Rabbi, could you tell me something about Sofer?
Maybe something helpful?
He was fair, but also difficult and very principled, like this city. Riots, provocations, pogroms, overpopulation. But if he's the one who inflicted the curse, he must have been a powerful thaumaturge and Kabbalist.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Now I can figure out who can summon them.
Who can summon a golem?
Normally, it's determined by need. The Kabbalist rabbi summons the golem himself, but other Jewish people can also entreat him to do so. In legends, the golem is a terrible punishment and a tool for meting out divine justice. But I think it's an offense against Hashem, and revenge is no justice.
Interesting.
How can I stop a golem?
To summon it to life, you write the 3 Hebrew letters spelling emes, truth, on the clay that formed it. In an attempt to stop the monster, the heroes of these legends would erase the first letter from its clay body. That leaves mes, which means death. But I don't know how much truth is in that.
You erase one letter and you go from truth to death? Wow.
Rabbi, could you help me understand something about Kabbalah?
No, and I'll say no more on the subject. I fear for your soul.
Well, I'm gonna die if I
I
don't.
won't find anything more here. Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay. Alright, let's figure out what I can find out about what's his name. Why do I keep forgetting people's name? They just told me it's Isaac. The words left his throat but stopped at the bitten end of the pen and refused to march further. The rabbi wanted to confess everything and to talk about the motives that guided Stanislav's actions. He didn't, though, in the name of the greater good. Wait, did my father summon the golem? Was that what happened? And the things just went sideways? The words of a plea made over a cup of tea cower near the mold. A plea to cast the golem's curse, justice for the sins committed against Mordechai and his community. Shulsky should experience the wrath of the sons of Abraham. He must suffer just punishment. Ooh, so it was Mordechai. Mordechai Chayat was father's friend and colleague until Stanislav Shulsky did something that awoke hatred in his friend. Whatever it was, it pushed Mordechai to the edge, and he asked Rabbi Sofer to cast the golem's curse. Unfortunately, once father died, the curse passed on to me. Thanks, Papa. Right, my dad was an asshole, and they got me. Yeah, the sins of the father. A prescription for heart-strengthening liqueur. The doctor's handwriting is hardly neat, but it radiates profound care for his companion. Letters stretching out with tenderness, wanting to cease the suffering of a friend, a special person with whom one shares the same ideals and the same mission, one meant to change the face of the world. Oh, it's another book. Homily is about Simon the Maid, chapter 25. When Simon's apprentices created a golem without his supervision, it refused to obey them, going about and doing as it pleased. When they wanted to destroy it by means known to them, it did not react and continued to cause them trouble. Finally, they turned to their master in shame, and he said unto them, "That which was created only at its birthplace can be destroyed." And so the apprentices lured the golem to where it had been created, and it crumbled into dust. What? Oh man, it'll be a lot of work.
Rabbi?
Can I do anything else about you? I learned some stuff.
Mordechai Chayat. Do you know that name, Rabbi?
He owns one of the laundries here in Miruf, but I admit he doesn't really come to see me. Maybe there are other things I could be of more help with.
Yeah, that wasn't really informative.
I found a prescription belonging to the old rabbi. Was something troubling him?
He had heart problems. The local pharmacist would even bring him some kind of special medicine.
What was that pharmacist called?
Abraham Horovitz. But now his pharmacy is sitting empty.
Oh.
Let me guess. He's dead?
Unfortunately. Some say that the socialists were involved. Others claim it was the Ochrana's doing. Let's keep talking, if you need to.
Rabbi says Abraham Horovitz left behind an abandoned pharmacy on the edge of Mirov, as well as sadness in the hearts of members of the community. Nevertheless, his disappearance was accompanied by strange rumors mentioning the Ochrana and the socialists, a potentially dangerous mix. Alright,
I'll be
go
off
to the
now.
pharmacy.
I'll pray for you.
Well, thanks, Rabbi. You were moderately helpful. Let's go to the pharmacy before I confront Mordechai. Not yet. Mordechai, you ass. Is it daytime now outside? Nope. It is still nighttime. Alright, to the pharmacy! Pharmacy, pharma don't. Pharma saw.
Nothing can be
pharma
kept
won't.
secret from me.
Scarf. There are some words of anxious explanation entangled in the fringe. So what if the scarf is in the men's department? The diamonds would go great with the lace, and if I add the shoes I took from Yannick, it will be perfect. Fashion is for the bold. What? Everyone can see the way you are, whether you wear silk or a paper bag, whether your style is classic, avant-garde, or casual tartan. Argyle, lace, spirals, embroidery, and golden threads. Everything matches everything. You can get away with anything as long as you wear it with confidence. Most things. People look silly in some outfits. My dear, we are meeting again this evening for bridge. At the usual place, I will need a resolute partner this time, so I hope you will not refuse my invitation. Give my name at the entrance, and the host will show you to your place. I may be a little late. At the bridge party, that might be a secret for meetings or something like that. That's important. We'll deal with that later. But first, to the pharmacy. What's inside? Oh, it's full of things. Stuff. Locked pharmacy. The pharmacy was a jewel in the neighborhood's crown. Until it wasn't. Customers took their business elsewhere, which wouldn't have been such a bad thing if not for their whispers. Whispers of the place having a bad aura, which forever destroyed that which was once good about it. Oh. What was the bad aura? The box is densely covered with words of matter-of-fact calculation and focus on the goal. Carrying out the command will require the explosion to be spectacular. It must shake the very foundations of the Tsar's empire, and that will require more pomade, much more. But how can one get it, even when the Tsar's dogs are tracking every move? So pomade for explosions? What's it? Or is pomade made from like gasoline at the time? Or like petrol? The destroyed wood of the windowsill is filled with the fear of revenge from the people he ultimately failed to help. People who will come not for medicine, but to wring his neck. But this is still better than the fate the Thaumaturge will inflict on him. Shulsky is the one to be feared. Huh. Interesting. Mordechai blames father for the disappearance of Abraham Horovitz, but he does not know the whole truth. Horovitz was involved in a dangerous game between the socialists and the Okhrana, which sooner or later would have put many people in danger. Stanislav Shulsky got rid of the apothecary in cold blood, but he did it in the name of the greater good. Huh. Fascinating. Guess we go confront Mordechai now. He had the golem sentence on my father, and the Isaac was the one who created it. But Isaac is now dead, and now Mordechai is the only one left to inflict my anger upon, my wrath. Or maybe I'll just be upset with him. I won't actually inflict wrath. I'll just confront him and be like, why? Unsummon the golem. I have nothing to do with my evil dad's assholery. Mordechai, we need to talk. I mean, more than I already have spoken with you. I have more things to talk about.
Mr. Shulsky again. Have a new theory?
Not a new theory. I've just learned more things.
I know about the pharmacist.
Beg your pardon?
All this is because Abraham Horovitz, isn't it? He lost his life, and the whole community felt it. Seems like you did most of all. I just don't get why Horovitz was so important to you.
Community. Something you Shulskis don't know a thing about.
Oh.
Here, we take care of everyone equally. No one is more or less important than anyone else. Your father's punishment was fitting for his actions and his background. The wrath of the Jewish people. A death for a death.
Was it worth it? A golem is a blunt instrument that kills and harms everyone in reach.
What are you talking about?
Sofer was aware of your father's actions. Prove the golem's curse is taking its toll.
My father and Sofer knew one another for years. Father knew the Rabbi could be forced to create a golem if Horovitz was killed. They both took that risk. Sofer couldn't reveal that he knew Stanislav. He also knew that Horovitz had to disappear because he was a threat to too many people.
To whom?
That doesn't matter. You don't have anything to do with this, Mordechai. Just like I have nothing to do with my father's actions. I am connected to them only by my blood.
What do you want?
To get rid of the golem. Tell me something, anything, that will get me closer to a solution.
How do I erase the first letter?
Instead of telling you, I'll show you.
Oh?
Where? Into an alley, where some friend of yours will smack me around?
To the synagogue. Are you coming?
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
Yes, let's go.
Wait.
We'll stop to get Feldman. He should see this too.
Feldman? The heck is... Oh. Oh, we're going into the basement. What's down here? God, I hope it's not a friggin' golem. In a moment, you'll see a real mess, Rabbi. Oh. To the dungeon? Why is there a dungeon under a synagogue? Maybe they're just calling the basement the dungeon. What happened here? I can't believe it, right under my nose. What did you do down here? Oh, wow. First. Let's look at everything first. The column trembles with the fear of the man who was watching the summoning ritual. Golem, the embodiment of a Salutor, was being born in an incredible yet terrifying spectacle that was more like a nightmare than a beautiful dream. Destroyed wall. Stones crack, crumble, and fall. The wall crumbles into dust, faced with a brutal, inhuman strength fueled only by hatred, emptiness, and destruction. Mordecai, what did you do? What could make you so angry? Pieces of a dilemma attach themselves to the then wet clay. On the one hand, animating a golem is an extreme measure, reckless even. On the other, that louse Shulsky had it coming. Given his crimes, no punishment is too great for severe. Well, hold on, you didn't have the whole picture. You killed him for no reason. Well, with reason, but not the reason you were thought was right. Words of deep concentration hovered over the material. Any mistake, even the smallest slip in the placed incantation, may spell failure or the death of the Kabbalist. Therefore, keep calm and proceed slowly with precision. The stakes are high. This is where Golem that chased down and killed Father was summoned, and now it's after me. I thought Salutors couldn't take on a physical form, but I was wrong. The Kabbalah and hatred are capable of bending even the fundamental laws of Thaumaturge. I can't undo this on my own. I need an ally. Great.
So... no wonder the roof is leaking if the foundation is crumbling. A lovely metaphor, Hashem. But what happened here had nothing to do with Hashem. Did it?
Mr. Shulsky wished to know the origin of his curse. This is where it took its shape. If I'd... Now I see it differently, but back then, when I was talking to Sofer, revenge and justice seemed one and the same.
Revenge is no justice. It is always dictated by anger, and in anger, erring comes easily. But Sofer agreed to it.
He summoned the golem. What else do you want to know?
How do I get rid of it? You know what? Tell me everything.
This place won't tell me anymore.
And what have you learned?
The ruined wall. Piece of fabric with the writing on it.
These are the remains of some fabric that Sofer wrote something on, in Hebrew, I think. This might be some prayer, incantation, even a spell. There's not enough left to read anything.
The ruined wall?
The hole you can't miss over there is the new door the golem smashed when it was summoned to life.
Fun.
And no one saw anything. How is that possible?
Is that your worry, Rabbi?
The clay formed a shell that Sofer infused with the Salutor.
Sofer told me to bring clay. Sticky and cold. I can't say how many of those buckets there were. Hours sculpting the Colossus until my hands went numb.
Why'd you stick weird things like a wagon wheel into it?
Clay absorbing my anger, as if my rage was making it take shape on its own.
Hours? That must have been horribly exhausting.
What's a few hours in exchange for a curse that lasts generations?
Yeah.
That's all, but I'm not any closer to a solution. I need someone like Sofer.
My sister better be safe.
Thaumaturge and a Kabbalist?
Do you know one, Rabbi?
There's only one name that comes to mind, but...
Ariel Roffe. A good-for-nothing, vengeful, godless scoundrel.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Strong words from your lips.
Of course.
Do you know one another?
Yeah.
Well, I know him well enough to suspect that he might not want to help me. But I'll look for him.
Clearly, the Shulsky family has an easy time getting into conflict with Jews.
Whoa, hey.
Come now, don't be silly.
There is just one thing I'd really like to know, Mr. Shulsky. Standing where you are now, what do you think about your father's responsibility in all this?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I don't really have enough of an opinion about everything yet. I mean, I think he should have been punished, but as far as a golem and a generational curse, no, that was a little extreme. Yeah, he ought to have been punished, but I'm not going to be the judge of him right now. I still have, there's a whole bunch of stuff
I had no place in my father's life. Though I admit, in any event, that the feeling was mutual. But I don't want to judge him.
Debts must always be repaid.
I'm settling my scores.
All right, I think it's time for us to go. This place just makes the blood boil. Let's get Mr. Shulsky away from here. And stop by tomorrow. We'll have some tea and work through a few questions.
Mr. Shulsky, I would like this to be our farewell. I tell you from my heart, anger and pride are poor advisors. I know that firsthand, but it's too late for me. You can still save yourself. I'll be thinking of you.
Shall we?
Leave the basement. Okay.
Let's get out of here.
Well, that didn't really... I mean, I learned a whole bunch of stuff, but now I gotta go find Ariel Rabbi. Alright, well, that is where we're gonna conclude this aspect of the story so far. I learned a whole lot of stuff about the golem. So Mordechai was the person who requested the golem's summoning. Sofar was the one who created the golem, who I have not met because he has died. And now I have to go find Ariel Rabbi because he can be the only one that can help me dealing with getting rid of the golem, but he doesn't really like me because I didn't get to explain to Mordecai that his golem was the reason that so many people died who were just in my presence nearby when the golem showed up. It had nothing to do with my father. Well, not exactly 100%, but it seems like my father was potentially trying to stop a lot of violent upheaval with the socialist revolution, trying to destroy the Tsars, but the Okhrana were involved. It's all very confusing. But it's interesting where the story is going. I'm curious what's going to happen. I feel like I'm just not the innocent bystander in all this. And really the overarching thing is dealing with my father's repercussions of his actions and how they come to affect me as his child. And people just associate us together because I share his last name and I look like him in his blood. Anyway, I hope this situation doesn't impact or hurt Ligia. I'm curious what's going on with Rasputin, too, and how his story is going to delve into some things. And maybe next time I'll check out Abrazi and see what he's up to, or any other of these side quests that just fill out the story. Don't forget to subscribe so you know the next things that happen as the story continues, as I can try to remove this blood curse that has been placed upon my family, courtesy of Mordechai and his anger and hatred in the moment. And give a like if you're enjoying the story and what just happened so far. Sorry there wasn't a lot of fighting. It's complete opposite of what happened in the previous episode with lots of fighting. And this time there's not so much. But I did tame the djinn. So that's a plus. And in the meantime, you have yourselves a nice everything. Bye.
Mason, no talking.